Dear future officers, welcome to ethics classes. I hope the classes are making you more aware of what ethics is and you are becoming more ethical day by day. Hope and wish you have started the new year with new hope, new goals, and new destiny. Having said that, I have already told you one important thing. The most important thing required to crack this examination is consistency. Before I start the class, let me tell you a very important one which can make you one of the most productive individual. What is that? Say for example, 2026 exam, prelims, how many days are left? 4 months, January, February, March, April, May, hardly you may have 5 months. So here what all students do is generally they will be always thinking as to what to read, what not to read, ఎలా చదవాలి, so like how much to read. So they are always in the process of thinking but not in the process of action. So what is the best way? Say, I have already told you, God is very fair. There is one thing equal to all of us. What is that? Brain. There is one thing which is equal to all aspirants. All aspirants have the same. What is that? Syllabus, PYQs and time. Very good. I appreciate because you are into the things what I have told. Definitely time. In addition, syllabus and PYQs is available to everyone. Time is the most important thing. How to make the best use of the time? How to make the best use of time? There are many methods, but one profound method is live one day at a time. Think that today you have made the best use of the day, most productive than all the aspirants. Is it possible? Can you try that one? We all have 24 days, 24 hours. So here, why can't you think in this way that today I will read in such a way that no other aspirants reads? 1 lakh, 10 lakh people, వాళ్ళందరికింద నేను మంచి చదువుతాను ఈరోజు అని మీరు ట్రై చేయొచ్చు కదా. ఇస్ దిస్ పాసిబుల్? అందరికింద మంచి చదవడానికి అవుతుందా? ఎస్, యూ జస్ట్ హ్యావ్ 24 hours. So the most important thing which I want a affirmation to most of my students is, as soon as they get up, first thing what they do is, I will make today the best day. ఈరోజు నేను చాలా మంచిగా చదువుతాను. If you read very good, will you be happy or sorrow? So how to be happy? When you do your duty, when you stand for your values, you will be happy. Is the point clear to you? Take one day at a time. Make the best use of day. Squeeze this day. Don't waste any time. At the same time, you should be taking rest. Sleeping, all these things should not be sacrificed. That is one thing which I want to tell. In addition, with respect to UPSC preparation, there is always one thing which I have seen. That is, students are always in the mode of receiving the information, input. Adi chadu, idi chadu, idi chadu. But they are not putting one important thing, that is output. So how will you get, what are the two most important tools? Two most important tools to get this examination? Syllabus and PYQs are there. Other than that? Writing. Very good. Writing and reading. Please internalize this one. There are two weapons, two tools which are very much important to win this war. That is input and output. So input, how input, how information is taken in? By listening, by reading, rather than listening, reading. So you should have profound efficiency in reading. If you don't have good reading comprehension, take it from me, you won't complete this question paper itself. In prelims, you have got hardly 1 minute. So how can you read? How can you comprehend the things when you are not fully aware, when you are not fully equipped? So what is that one thing you have to do? Reading. Reading should be good. So how to improve the reading? How to improve the reading speed? There is one technique which is scientifically proved. Whenever you are reading, don't read like a newspaper, or even for newspaper also. Always have a pointer. That may be a pen, that may be a pencil, or even a finger. What you are reading, point to that. Say for example, if this is the one, then your concentration will be there itself. It is pointing. At the same time, your reading speed will increase. So what is the way to read? You should have a pointer and try to move that pointer little fast. So over a period of time, unknowingly, your reading speed will increase. This is very, very important. Why this is important? Papers are lengthy. The passages, all these things. If you don't have this ability to comprehend, read fast, you won't be in a position to complete the paper itself. It is equally applicable for GS1 and GS2. Sorry, in prelims, GS and CSAT. More importantly, CSAT. CSAT is very, very difficult to complete the paper. And also equally important in papers like ethics, where case studies are lengthy. I have interacted with some 80 to 100 students who wrote this time mains. None of the students completed ethics paper, though it was easy, right? So you should have good reading speed. For that, you should be pointing. So now you are taking the information. Then what about the output? Output is the form through which your examiner comes to know as to what you know. So while reading, after you have read, try to memorize, try to think about the concept which you have just read. How many of you are doing this one? Say for example, a topic, a para, anything, a page. Read, afterwards just close your eyes and try to think as to what you have read. And try to come up with one most important thing, one most important concept. If possible, just write down some key words. That's the one. So not only input, you should be in the form of output. Reproducing, answer writing, all these things will come when you do this one. I repeat, I know I was in your place. I was having the timetable schedule that I will complete this today. NCERT, this NCERT I will complete, polity I will complete, economy I will complete, modern history I will complete. I have to complete 3 chapters. I was always in the mood of completing. So I never thought I should recall after reading. I did not do in the very beginning. You should not be doing. Whatever you read, what I have understood, you should be just giving 1 or 2 minutes. That will be having very powerful cognitive things. You will remember to a greater extent. Not only that, we often think that reading means always with books, things like that. No. When you have time, sit calmly and think as to what I have read, what should be read. Try to recall. These are the very powerful ways than just reading, right? To sum up the things, don't think too much. ఎంత ఆలోచించాలో అంత ఆలోచించేశారు. హ్యావ్ యూ నాట్ థాట్ ఆఫ్ ఎనఫ్? ఏం చేయాలి, ఎలా చేయాలి? యూ ఆల్రెడీ థాట్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద టైమ్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్. One best way to make the best use of the time is take one day at a time. Don't waste that day. This can be possible with affirmation, not only in the morning, even after the class, even now. Say to yourself that I will make the best use out of the day. Think, if you are making the best out of all the days, definitely you will be a successful person. Then the other thing is input and output. Reading, writing, reproducing. For that, you should be having a pointer while you are reading, and after you read, you should try to recall as to what you have read. And if possible, write just keywords. I am telling just keywords. In one page, if you have read one page, you should be writing some 5-6 keywords. That's it. Okay. Having said that, let's get started. I wish this new year should be one of the most happiest one. One of the most happiest. Many have this concept. If I succeed, I will be happy. When I go to 11th, I will be happy. When I go to graduation, I will be happy. When I get service, I will be happy. When I get married, I will be happy. When I get children, I will be happy. When the children get IAS, I will be happy. Does this work always? If you succeed, say you have already completed 10th, you have completed 11th, 12th. Are you happy now? Are you very happy that you have done that? So when you equate or align happiness and success, that may not be always true, but there is other way around. If you are happy, you will be successful. Do you agree with me? See, from the very beginning, from the very morning, you might be thinking many problems. Where am I going? Already 2-3 years over. Nakinna chinna pilakailu. Small young people, they are making wonders. Many of my age have married. They are in job. They have taken a flat. So, ikkada na badukenti elage ఆలోచనలు పడేస్తాము. So, you should come back. You should have auto suggestion for these kind of things. Right? So, here you should tell yourself, you should motivate day in and day out. You may have to motivate yourself maybe 5 to 10 times a day. Okay? Having said that, let's get started. Ethics refers to set of standards. Following ethics is called ethics in action is called integrity. What is the difference between integrity and probity?
Following integrity is called probability.
Following integrity, very good. Integrity which is proved. How integrity is proved? In the form of procedures, in the form of processes. Go back to chapter number 7. Here you have right to information, code of ethics, code of conduct. When an officer follow all these things, we say that there is probity. Right? What is attitude? What is attitude? What are attitudes? See, I have been telling you, you should be learning the things in keywords. If otherwise, it's not possible. Evaluations. What are these? These are evaluations about object, things. These evaluations, summary evaluations. What these evaluations have? What is the basis for this evaluation? I am evaluating your answers. What will be the basis? Question and answer. So, you are evaluating a board, an individual. What is the basis for that? What is the basis? A, B, C. Attitudes are summary evaluations which have A, B, C. A refers to affect. So, affect in the form of feelings and emotions. B refers to the behavior. C refers to cognition. Cognition includes thoughts, beliefs, views. Very good. Thoughts, beliefs, views. Attitudes are summary evaluations which have ABC components associated with an object. Clear? Is the point clear to you? Do you think this definition is difficult? Very easy. You have to once again go for the keywords. First thing is evaluation. So, evaluation which consists of, which is based on ABC. That's it. When you have attitude towards some subject, object, is there any decision making? Is there any decision making happening? The answer is yes. Evaluating means decision making. So, here there is a decision making component also. So, here often they may ask you a question with respect to society, social justice, in ethics, in essay. We have got many social issues and problems. Can you name any of the social issues and problems we have? Can you name some? Problems, social problems, child marriage, dowry, female infanticide. So are some of the examples. Why things have not changed? Why we are not able to eliminate child marriage? Why we are not able to eliminate dowry? Why we are not able to eliminate female infanticide? Enduku avaledu? Why? One of the major answer, one of the most important answer, one of the correct answer is there is no attitude change. What is the reason for the prevalence of the social problems? There is no attitudinal change. What does this mean? How can this be? Can anyone elaborate?
Because there is no decision making.
Very good.
Evaluation of the problem of child marriages.
Very good. Very near. You have come very near. Here there is evaluation, but in that evaluation ABC is not there. If you have grown up in hostel, do you still practice casteism in hostel? Almost no. Untundi lopala gangs. Mana Gowda gang, Reddy gang, Kamma gang, SC/ST gang, Mana Lambada gang, or some places Warangal gang. Untundi. But there is no change in affect and behavior. Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, there is child marriage happening. In, say, for example, Banjara community, there is child marriage happening. Are you feeling very, very bad? Generally, no. You hear someone taking dowry. Are your emotions becoming very, very strong that you do something? Or behavior. You know that most of the people, police people, say, for example, if you are driving, what is the main motive behind a policeman stopping you? Money. You know. Have you ever tried to eliminate that corruption? ఎప్పుడైనా వెళ్ళి ఇతను కరప్ట్ ఉన్నాడు అని ఎప్పుడైనా కంప్లైంట్ ఇచ్చారా? రైట్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద వన్. So there is a change in cognition. There is a change in your thought process. In your knowledge, we all have now had the feeling that we are all one, we are all humans, we are all equal. But there is no corresponding affect and behavior. What is the implication? There is no attitudinal change. If there is change in only cognition, we say that your thought process, your thinking has changed. If change in behavior, only behavior changed. If affect change means only feeling change. This is not attitude. Attitude means they should have all these components. Right? Okay. What is the supreme ethical standard? In that, many moral thinkers and philosophers have given their opinion. According to consequentialist, which is the supreme ethical standard, what is consequentialism?
Results.
Results. Can you elaborate with one more line? Ethics is located in
Results. Ends.
results, ends, outcomes, consequences, according to consequentialists. So, what is ethical? What is good according to consequentialists?
More number of people have happy.
Yes. So, here if the outcome is good, result is good, then that is ethical. What do you understand by deon in deontology?
Duty or obligation.
Duty or obligation. Very good. So, according to deontology, morality of an action is dependent on what?
Motive.
Yes, very good. Morality of an action is determined by motive. What should be the motive? What should be the intention? What should be the motive or intention to say that something is ethical? It is the motive of duty. So, if you are doing any work, what should be the motive behind your work? Duty. So, what is your duty? To follow categorical imperative. So, what is categorical imperative?
Yes, sir, the reasons.
Based on reason. Yes, it is based on reason. So, you have to connect the things. In previous consequentialism, we are telling that things are said to be ethical if the outcome is good. Then outcome will be related to some individual, some person. Kant says that you cannot have the supreme ethical standard on something which is dependent on time and circumstance. It should be based on reason. Why reason? Why we have taken reason as the basis?
Because the rational human beings and the autonomous.
Very good. They are rational being and autonomous being. What is rational being means?
Thinking capacity.
Yes, reason. Autonomous means
Freely choosing.
freely choosing according to a law given by yourself. That's it. So, after that we have got libertarianism. What is the major thing, major crux of libertarianism?
Maximum individualism.
Very good. So, here the thing is, we own ourselves. We have got the fundamental right to liberty. What is the difference between libertarianism and liberty?
With government and society, individual
Balancing individuals and state.
Please come again. What is liberalism?
balancing the individual
And state.
Okay, very near. Then
Social.
for social justice. See, just take three keywords. So, here individual freedom and also state or government power, they are used in a balanced way, more appropriate way, in such a way that there is social justice, societal good. Right? What is libertarianism? So, here individual,
minimum government.
minimum government, right? Maximum individual freedom. So, individual freedom is given primary importance. So, that is the difference. Okay. So, these are the things we have discussed. And libertarianism favors unrestricted market and only minimal state. So, what is minimal state? One which enforces contracts, which protects private property. That's it, not more than that. Right? What is welfare state? It opposes welfare state. What is welfare state?
Protection and promotion of the economic and socially.
Social,
Economically,
social well-being. Very, very good. What is welfare state? Promotion and protection of social and economical well-being, not political. Political is already done with. So, in society we can take three aspects: political, social and economical. So, political is generally there in all nation state concept. So, when the state is promoting and protecting economic well-being అంటే ఏంటి? సోషల్ వెల్బీయింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇవ్వగలుగుతారా? ఎకనామిక్ వెల్బీయింగ్, minimum wages. Have you heard this concept? You cannot employ any individual below this price. What is the minimum wages in Telangana?
400.
See, this is a very, very important concept. Say, for example, there is a tribe in the agency area. So, he may be forced to work for just 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees. So, here, not only that, economic aspects. What is economy? What is economy?
Economy is production and trading.
What is economy? Production and distribution of goods and services. Right? So, if you are entering that, and social well-being means samajalo. How can social well-being be brought? Elimination of caste system, elimination of dowry, social well-being. Right? So, welfare state, what is the most important key words you should be having?
protecting and promoting the social and economic welfare of
Well-being. So, here the key word is social and economic well-being of the citizens. So, దానికి protection, promotion, you can add the things. So, here libertarians favors unrestricted map, no restrictions at all. They say that the things should be determined by demand and supply, only minimal state, and they oppose any government regulations or laws which are in the form of paternalism, moral legislation, distribution of income or wealth. So, paternalism laws, can you name any law? What is paternalism?
parents, restrictions,
What is paternalism?
restrictions by parents.
Restriction by parents. Very good. But you are not complete answer. It's not complete answer. What is the complete answer?
Rules and regulations of parents.
Restrictions imposed by parents on the children. Why? In the well-being of the child. So, here they are saying government don't act as parents who restrict our freedoms, saying that this is in your own. So, parents beat children. Why? They think that this is in the well-being of the child itself. Can you give an example like this for this? Say, for example, ban on use of drugs, narcotic drugs. Can we take that as an example? Here, the state is banning. Here, the state is banning use of narcotic drugs. What is the reason? In the well-being of the citizen. Helmet laws, seat belt laws. This is the example. Moral legislation. Can you give an example for moral legislation? Where the state says something is good, something is bad. Can you give an example?
Without corruption.
Without corruption. Then we can take like prohibition on prostitution. So they say that prostitution is wrong. On the other hand, same sex. In fact, the clear, simple example will be, say for example, same sex marriage. So there is nothing wrong. Why these are banned? Saying that these are unethical. It will affect the society. Then no redistribution of income or the wealth. Here comes the principle of taxation. What is the argument? Why they say that there should not be any redistribution of income? They say that there should not be over taxation. What they are saying is, if at all if you want to collect the tax, collect only that amount required to run the minimum state. Free bus. So this has become a buzzword. In the past 70 years, we are not aware of these things. We were in need of those things more. We were not given free bus. Now they are giving free bus. Where are you getting the money from? Is Revant Reddy sir giving money from his pocket? They say Revant Reddy garu scheme. Is it correct? If he is giving from his pocket, it's okay. Then from where are the money coming from?
Taxes.
From people. Right? So what you are doing? You are taking from money from me. Say for example, I am earning 10 lakh. So 10 lakh and above ante 30% untundi. Right? So in 10 lakh, 30% means 3 lakh. You are taking that 3 lakh and you are giving this to poor people. This is not accepted. What they say is, take the taxes, collect the taxes, but it should be only for running the minimum state. Not a welfare state. Welfare state is protecting and promoting social and economic well-being of the citizens. For that you are using that money. They say no. So what is the logic behind that? Say for example, let us take a simple example, as I already said. 10 lakh. Think that a person is getting 10 lakh. What is the tax they are deducting? 30%. So how much it becomes? 3 lakh. Right? Here, 10 lakh is the amount a person gets for working for 12 months. Right? So what is the amount? What is the time for 3 lakhs? 3 lakhs earn cheyalante వాడికి ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది? 3 to 4 months. If you take 1/3 exactly, it will be 1/3. So దీనిలో 1/3 అంటే 4 months. Mean to say, the labor which I am putting for 4 months is of no use for me. The fruits of my labor for 4 months is not in my hand. Is this correct? అంతే కదా, 30% నీ నుంచి తీసుకుతున్నారు అంటే నువ్వు 30% ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్ ఫర్ విచ్ యూ హ్యావ్ వర్క్, ద ఫ్రూట్స్ ఆఫ్ విచ్ యూ ఆర్ నాట్ ఎంజాయింగ్. Then they say that this is a form of modern slavery. In slavery, you are working, but you are not enjoying the fruits of your labor. Here too it is happening the same. For 4 months, you are not enjoying the labor. 4 months మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటే, say for example, if I am teaching, I should think, and this is true also, and if I am getting more than 10 lakh, I should think, and it is the truth, that for 4 months what I work, it is for others. దీనికి నాకు పైస రాదు, because taxation. So this is the argument they put. What is your opinion for that? They are saying that put the tax, not for social and economic well-being of all. The amount required for running a minimum state. So what is your argument? Do you feel this is correct? What is wrong in this one? What is fundamental wrong which you have seen here?
So libertarianism itself says that individual freedom and most of the profit for their individuals. So they are not for social well-being. So for them, they oppose for the redistribution. But the minimal state, the state has to come with the well-being, so economic well-being and social well-being. So while collecting the taxes, not the maximum but the minimum tax must be kept to the below poverty people. So that
Very near. But what these people are saying is, the amount required to run the minimum state, only that should be collected. Not for the upliftment of poor, unemployed. Because there is free market. If you provide your services, you will get the money. So what is money? What is the main function of money? Why money is inevitable for our living? Can you live without money? Why? Why you cannot?
To fulfill our needs.
How money fulfill your needs?
Because everything is connection with money.
Yes, very near. The thing is, point very, very important. Money has exchange value. Money has exchange value. Say, for example, I want a bike. How can I get? Can I say, I want a bike? ఎంత ఉంటుంది నార్మల్ బైక్ ఇప్పుడు? 1 lakh. నేను రోజు 1 hour టీచ్ చేస్తాను, నాకు ఒక బైక్ ఇవ్వు అని ఎవరికైనా షోరూమ్కి వెళ్తే వాడు ఇస్తాడా? యూ వాంట్ క్లాత్, యూ వాంట్ కోచింగ్, ఎలాగే? హౌ? By giving money. How did you get the money? By working. Means what you have done there? You have satisfied the needs of others. Say, I am teaching you, you are giving me money. So I gave my time, my services to you. In return, you gave money. So I take this money and I spend on food, groceries, house, rent, laptop. So money has exchange value. One of the most important thing why money becomes very important, one of the reason why society gives more importance to people who have money is it has got exchange value. Say, for example, a society. In that society, think there is one poor person, one rich person. Both of them are unknown to you. Generally, to whom do people give respect?
Rich person.
Why? Why?
Because of money.
There are two fundamental things. Say, if society start appreciating people like who are very, very poor, who are very lazy, who are not earning, then everybody will follow the same path. Society will not progress. When you give importance for richness, rich people, it motivates the people to earn money. Otherwise, people would have not earned the money. And the second thing is, money has exchange value. నా దగ్గర చాలా డబ్బులు ఉన్నాయి. I have a lot of money. If I want you to beat or got beaten, is that possible? Maybe I give some money to some gundas, some other fellows, my friends. అతను చాలా ఎక్కువ చేస్తున్నాడు, కొంచెం చూడండి. చూసుకుంటారా లేదా? That is the reason. See how the things are working. Here there are two people who are unknown to you, a rich and a poor. You somehow respect rich. You somehow won't respect the poor. The reason is the rich person has money. Money has exchange value. With money you can do anything. Okay? So coming to the point, here to sum up, these are the key terms which you have to keep in mind. Libertarianism favors unrestricted markets, only minimal state. They oppose paternalism, moral legislation, redistribution of income, no welfare state. Let us just dwell on this in a systematic way. Unrestricted market, not in the name of economic efficiency, but in the name of freedom. Right? So now markets. You have got a great concept now. Roll back of state. Have you heard of this? Roll back of state. Here you can take, for your better understanding, government. Roll back of government. Before liberalization, before 1991, government was everywhere. Everywhere. Was that efficient? Was that economic? One of the main reasons why developed nations, why America, they have developed, they have progressed to a greater extent is because of market. Say for example, if you go to America, if you go to Western countries, the military equipments, even many other things, they are produced by private people. Who is, like, which country or which individual is having the highest number of satellites?
USA.
Does USA has more satellites or Elon Musk has more satellite?
Elon.
How many satellites? Around 10,000. See, a country, India, with billions of people, we are not able to do that. How can Elon Musk do? That was a shocking thing. I still remember when I was a student like you, 2006 or 7, there was a news that there is a private company which is operating for space launch, things like that. Never ever in the history there was any private rocket launching, all these things done by private. అని ఎప్పుడు రాలేదు. He started. See, within a span of 20 years, he has surpassed all. One of the main reasons why Ukraine is able to stop, able to resist is the connectivity given by Elon Musk and the support given by West and America. So why I said this thing is, state has failed. State ante government has failed in delivering the goods and services. They are not efficient, economic. India was following that, so we lagged behind. China realized this one very early. They created special economic zones. That is the reason they are almost like developing in a very high fast pace. మనము చాలా లేట్గా లిబరలైజేషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేసుకున్నాము. Why? What was the reason? One of the main reason was political. When the state is having the power, definitely people who are in power will be enjoying that. Say for example, have you heard of HMT watch? Have you heard of that? Have you seen anyone wearing that HMT watch? Where did you hear HMT?
Searching Google.
See, long before the liberalization, at that point of time, HMT was one of the most high valued watch, to the extent that it was one of the major item in bribe, dowry. So dowry లేనంటే నాకు గోల్డ్ కేస్ హెచ్ఎంటీ వాచ్ కావాలి, వాచ్ ఇవ్వలేదు అని చాలా పెళ్ళి ఆగిపోయాయి. అప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు అంతే ఉండేది. ఈవెన్ సైకిల్ యూస్ టు బి వన్ ఆఫ్ ద కమాడిటీ. సో కమింగ్ టు HMT watch. Now, have you seen anyone wearing HMT watch? Why? It was loss making. Things were sold out. A person who was in touch with the HMT, he was saying, all the people, all the employees, what they used to do, they used to wear an empty watch. And they used to go to the factory and they fit all the important components in the watch and they used to come. Before that, they used to carry components in tiffin box, things like that. So when it is not efficient, economical, definitely we will be getting goods and services which are of inferior quality. Is the point clear to you? So in the modern times, there are many areas. I repeat, there are many areas or majority areas where market is efficient than the state. Where market is efficient than the state. So that should be allowed to the private. So here, very important, roll back of the state. When it roll backs, a vacuum is created. That is filled by your market. Market ante private. Then the question arises here, sir, if the state rolls backs, then there will be certain things. Say for example, elections. Think that there is a tribal hamlet where there are 100 people. This is surrounded by river or water. So the nearest point, think that some 20-30 kilometers. If conducting election is given to private, will they be taking care of these 100 people? వాళ్ళకి booth, ballot papers, all these things, if they want to reach, they have to take through helicopter. 100 members helicopter lo veltunda? Law and order, can we give that to private person? Say for example, fire extinguishing. So here nowadays you are not like hearing those siren kind of thing when any fire extinguisher used to come. Say your house is damaged, it has to be extinguished, or when it is burning, it has to be extinguished. Think that private person is taking care of those things. So what is the first thing he asks? Do you have insurance? Do you have the membership? If no, they won't. So here key point, markets are good in many respects. Those areas should be given to market, mean to say private. In some areas, private cannot work. Why private cannot work? There is no profit. Those kind of things, the state has to come. So here you can note one more, like a side note like that. Market versus state. Market versus state. So the meaning is private or public. So market or private, they mainly work on profit, right? So here market or state, this is a question which is asked in UPSC also. In that, what should be your answer?
State working.
So like write down 2 lines, market versus state. Just make this note, not connected to libertarian or all these things directly. Market versus state. In modern times or at present, markets inside the bracket private is 3 E's: efficient, effective and economic. Efficient, effective and economic. In producing efficient in producing majority of goods and services, So state should give this responsibility to the market. Full stop. Next, there are some areas where market cannot work. Inside bracket, no profit. These areas should be taken by state ante government. Is the point clear to you? Wherever the market is good, wherever the things are, give it to it. If market cannot work, private cannot work, you have to give that, or state has to take those things. Okay. Only minimal state that enforces contracts, protects peoples against force, fraud, protects private property from theft, keeps peace. So what is a minimal state? Minimal state is one which enforces laws, which keeps peace in the society. Right? That's it. No other work. It should not enter into social and economic aspects. It says that any state that does more than this is morally unjustified. It opposes welfare state. Minimum things. Say for example, ఒక చిన్న లాజిక్ తీసుకోవాలంటే, నీకు రోజుకి బతుకడానికి ఎంత డబ్బులు కావాలి? బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ 30 రూపీస్, డిన్నర్ ఓకే, లైక్ లంచ్ విల్ టేక్ లైక్ 50కి రాదు మినిమం, అండ్ అనదర్ 50 రూపీస్, అంటే 150 రూపీస్లో అన్నీ అయిపోయిందా? దిస్ ఈజ్ మినిమం. దాని తర్వాత నీకు కాఫీ కావాలి, చాయ్, పానీ, సిగరెట్, ఇవన్నీ ఎలాగనుకుంటే ఎక్కువ అయిపోతుంది. మళ్ళీ బిర్యానీ కావాలి. దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద థింగ్. మినిమం ఎంత కావాలో అంత ఇది ఉండాలి. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ వెల్ఫేర్ స్టేట్? వెల్ఫేర్ స్టేట్ ఈస్ వన్ దట్ ప్రొటెక్ట్ అండ్ ప్రమోట్ ఎకనామిక్ అండ్ సోషల్ వెల్-బీయింగ్. సో జస్ట్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ దిస్ వన్, ఎకనామిక్ అండ్ social well-being. State that promotes social and economic well-being of its citizens. That's it. So examples: social security programs, welfare payments for persons unable to work, unemployment people are getting. Here social security programs. What are the social security programs? 10 kg rice free, right? So these kind of things are opposed. Okay. So libertarians oppose paternalism. They say that no paternalism. So what is that? I have explained. I'll just read out in a systematic way. Restricting others' freedom and responsibilities in their supposed interest. Right? What is paternalism?
Restricting the others.
Freedom. First one, restricting others' freedom. Why? For their own good. Is the point clear? So only two keywords. Restricting their freedoms in their own good. మిమ్మల్ని పనిష్ చేయాలి, కొట్టాలి, టీచర్కు లాంగ్ బిఫోర్. వై? బికాస్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఓన్ వెల్ బీయింగ్. సో దీస్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ సేయింగ్ మనకు అది వద్దు, మనకు తెలుసు ఏం కావాలి, నువ్వు నమ్మల్ని పనిష్ చేయక్కర్లేదు. రైట్? ఎగ్జాంపుల్, కార్ సీట్ బెల్ట్ లాస్ or helmet laws. State has no right to dictate what risks they may take with their body and lives. One day, one fine day, Revanth Reddy or Modi ji will come and say, helmet is very important, it protects head. At the same time, can you think of any body part which may be damaged in riding the bike? Legs. Legs are also vulnerable, right? Then they may make a law. All the people who ride the bike should wear shoes. Cheyachu kada? Acceptable kada? In fact, it is a logical one. And after some time, they may come and say, hands are also very vulnerable. You have to wear hand gloves. Next they say eyes, very important, this protected environment, they may say that come up with sunglasses, cooling glasses. How the things will be? They will say in summer you have to wear this kind of clothes, in winter you have to wear this kind of clothes, in rainy season all should have one umbrella with them. Should the state make laws like this? They say no. We know what are the risks. We know we will take. Meeku telida? Definitely you will be knowing. So they, please. So definitely knowing. They say that don't tell us, don't act like our parents. Next, no moral legislation opposes using coercive forces of law to promote the notion of virtue or to express the moral convictions. So here, homosexuality. They say that homosexuality is against the morals, societal norms. There is no fully shown cause and effect. Why they oppose? See, today I am able to speak to you and ask same-sex marriages. A boy loving a boy. Is this bad? Is this unethical? The same thing if I would have told 15 years, 20 years back, I would have been beaten. Why was this? Because it was imposed by state. Even suicide was thought to be a crime. See, నాకు ఏమి చేయాలి అనే కనిపించదు, అప్పుడు నేను సూసైడ్ చేసుకున్నాను. సమో డోంట్ థింక్ దట్ కమిటింగ్ సూసైడ్ ఈజ్ దట్ ఈజీ. చాలా డిఫికల్ట్. చాలాసారి అలాగే ఆఫ్ అయిపోతుంది అలాగే. సో హియర్ ఐఎమ్ ఏ వెరీ ఆప్టిమిస్టిక్ అండ్ always I try to take the things very positively. One of the reason maybe I am brought up in Navodaya. అంటే 6th standard. 6th standard అంటే you can imagine someone, you can correlate a person who is studying in 6th. We went to Navodaya with one suitcase and one bucket, jug. From then on our journey started. 6 years ఎలా ఉంటుంది, 6th class మనమే ఒక డిఫరెంట్ ఇది. సో బట్ ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్ I aspired in the whole preparation UPSC in my life is I didn't even think. I never tried even to get first rank or first thing in any of the field. The only field I chose was IAS. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి అలాగే అవ్వాలి అని అనుకున్నాను. So I did not. Even extra attempt was given, not possible. So my life became directionless. OBC 35 years. They gave extra 2 attempts, it became 37. 37. A person without job, a person without money, a person who is aged. So you can think the situation. I became directionless because I don't know anything other than civil service. It was said that anthropology and public administration was very good. So I left a very lucrative branch, agriculture. When I came for preparation, people were giving direct jobs for me in like banks as agriculture officer. I did not go. After 37, I cannot go anywhere. ఎక్కడ వెళ్ళగలుగుతాను? I cannot even teach because I don't have formal degree. Net adi idi. I have just knowledge. For the first time, I realized why people commit suicide. 37 years without job, anything. పెళ్లి చూపుకు వెళ్తే ఫస్ట్ పెళ్లి చూపుకు అలౌ చేస్తారా? ఫస్ట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ దే ఆస్క్? ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు? గవర్నమెంట్ నౌకరీనా, ప్రైవేట్ నౌకరీనా, ఎంత సంపాదిస్తున్నాడు? 37 ఏజ్ అయిపోయింది. వెన్ ఐ స్టార్టెడ్ ప్రిపరేషన్ ఐ వాస్ గెటింగ్ ఆఫర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ లైక్ డాక్టర్స్, థింగ్స్ లైక్ దట్. దాని తర్వాత 37 ఏజ్ అయిపోయింది అంటే ఈవెన్ నర్సెస్, కాంపౌండర్స్, ఆల్ దీస్ పీపుల్ ఆల్సో రిజెక్టెడ్. హూ విల్ ఎంటర్టైన్? అక్కడ యూపీఎస్సీ ఫ్యాకల్టీ అంటే అది ఏంటి అంటారు. ఈవెన్ నౌ ఐ ఫీల్ బ్యాడ్ అండ్ ఐ టెల్ మై రిలేటివ్స్, మై పేరెంట్స్, ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు అంటే ఐఏఎస్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ ఏదైనా అలా చెప్పండి అని. వాట్ దే సే ఈస్ హీ ఈస్ డూయింగ్ సమ్ ట్యూషన్స్. అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఎలాగంటే ఈ ఉంటారు కదా ఇంటి పక్క ఏదో ఒక చిన్న ఇది పెట్టుకొని ఆ రకంగా. సో ద థింగ్స్ విల్ బి లైక్ దట్. సో బట్ one thing which changed my life at that point of time was Roman Saini. Have you heard of this name? Roman Saini. Have you heard of Unacademy?
Yes, sir.
He was one of the founder. He got IAS in first attempt. I think 21st rank. He resigned IAS. He came for teaching. Unacademy. IAS, IIM వాడు. So he is a doctor. He left and along with his friend he founded an academy. నాకు ఇంకొక ఫ్రెండ్ మెసేజ్ చేశాడు, రే ఇలా ఒక అతను ఐఏఎస్ టాప్ ర్యాంక్లో కొట్టినవాడు వదిలేసి టీచింగ్ వస్తున్నాడు అని. దెన్ నోయింగ్లీ ఆర్ అన్నోయింగ్లీ ఐ గాట్ దట్ వన్. అరే ఐఏఎస్ అయిన వాడే వదిలేసి వస్తున్నాడు టీచింగ్ చేయడానికి, వై డోంట్ యూ టేక్ దిస్? దట్ వాజ్ ద వన్ మేజర్ షిఫ్ట్. So in the same line, I would like to add one more thing. We often always think ourselves inferior, think ourselves low. The reason is we compare with the people who are high. వాడి దగ్గర అది ఉంది, వాడి దగ్గర ఇది ఉంది, నా దగ్గర ఇది లేదు. Have you ever thought there are more than 50% of the people who are below poverty line, who don't have legs, crores and crores of people, who don't have eyes. Say for example, one of the richest person, Ambani's, who is his son? His son's name? Anant.
Anant Ambani.
He's having 1 lakh crores, more than that. He has got lot of health problems. He will be ready to give. I'm pretty confident that he is ready to give 1 lakh crore. 1 crore కాదు. మీరు ఐఏఎస్ అయితే శాలరీ మొత్తం పెడితే 1 crore అవ్వదు. ఓన్లీ శాలరీ ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్. ఈవెన్ ఇన్ 1 signature you can get the crores. 1 lakh crore he is willing to give if he is given your health. ఇస్తాడో లేదో? మీ హెల్త్, మీ ఇది వాడికి వచ్చేస్తే డెఫినెట్గా ఇస్తాడు. సో హియర్ వీఆర్ థింకింగ్ అబౌట్ సంథింగ్ విచ్ ఇస్ అబౌవ్. బై దట్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ సమ్ గ్రేట్ సిన్ ఆన్ అవర్ సెల్ఫ్. వీఆర్ ఫీలింగ్ బ్యాడ్. నా దగ్గర ఇలాగ బట్టలు ఉన్నాయి, నా దగ్గర ఇలాగ లేదు, వాడు అక్కడ ఉంటున్నాడు, అది ఉంటున్నాడు, వాడు వారిజాంకి వెళ్ళాడు, అక్కడిక్కడ నేను ఫ్రీ కోచింగ్లో అది ఇది చేస్తున్నాను, నాకు ఇది ఉంటే నేను ఇప్పుడు ఐఏఎస్ అయిపోయేవాడిని. Many of my friends who got very less marks than me are in IPS because they had reservation. అలాగనుకుని నేను అది చూసుకుని కూర్చోవచ్చా? బికాస్ ఐ నో ద రూల్స్ ఆఫ్ ద గేమ్ ఆల్రెడీ. తెలిసే వచ్చాం కదా. అలాగంటే మెనీ థింగ్స్. సో సిమిలర్లీ ఐ వాస్ లైక్ ఫీలింగ్ వెరీ బ్యాడ్ because like I have been very active in sports. I got leg injury, things like that, some 10 fractures. State level sportsmen, now I am not able to run for nearly 15 years because ligament tear. I was feeling very bad. ఏంట్రా బతుకు ఇలాగ అయిపోయింది, అక్కడ నౌకరీ లేదు, డబ్బులు లేదు, ఏజ్ అయిపోయింది. Now you are not able to run also because you have got ligament tear in both legs. Always day in and day out it was making me low. ఎవరైనా చెప్తే వస్తే వాళ్ళు కూడా నేను ఇదే చెప్పేవాడిని. బట్ వన్ డే ఐ సా సంథింగ్ ఆన్ యూట్యూబ్. హిస్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ స్పర్శ్. స్పర్శ్ మీన్స్ టచ్. ఈజ్ ఏ అమెరికన్ సిటిజన్. అట్ దట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ he was some 13 years old, 13-14 years, wheelchair. He was having more than 140 fractures. 140 fractures by that small age. He was having something like osteoporosis. కొంచెం జోరుగా ఇలా పెట్టుకొని ఇలా అనేస్తే వాడు చెయ్యి ఇది అయిపోతుంది. మీన్స్ హిజ్ స్కెల్టన్ వాజ్ సో బ్రిటల్. కొంచెం ఇది చేస్తే ఫ్రాక్చర్ అయిపోయేది. దాన్ని చూసి నేను లైక్ మై లైఫ్ చేంజ్డ్. అరే నాకు ఐఎమ్ ఏబుల్ టు వాక్, ఐఎమ్ ఏబుల్ టు డూ ఆల్ ద థింగ్స్. నేను ఇంత బాధపడుతున్నాను. చూడు వాడు 13 years, ఈ సింగింగ్ Eminem songs, Eminem a rapper, he's saying I will motivate the whole world, things like that. How bad is this with me? From that day it shifted. So it's all in your mind. Anything, happiness or anything, it's all in your mind. Nothing has changed. My way of thinking has changed from that. ఒక అతనికి 150 ఫ్రాక్చర్ ఉంది, అతను నడవలేడు, ఇంత హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నాడు, ఇది చేస్తున్నాడు. నేనేదో ఒక 5-10 ఫ్రాక్చర్స్కి నేను నా లైఫ్ ఇది అయిపోయింది, ఎందుకు ఇలాగ అయింది అని కూర్చుంటే ఎలాగే. సో డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్, ఫర్ యూ ఆల్సో, don't look towards your limitations. You already have minimum things. Why? One of the reasons is we have got welfare state. India is a welfare state. It is taking care of your social and also economic aspects, economic well-being. Okay? Coming back to the things, here they oppose any legislation which says this is virtuous, this is good behavior. Examples are prostitution and homosexuality. Prostitution may be morally objectionable to many people, but that does not justify laws that prevent consenting adults from engaging in it. So what is wrong? They are asking. If I and you are consenting and uniting, what is wrong in that? What is that which is making you feel bad? వీళ్ళిద్దరూ ఏమో చేసుకుంటున్నారు, దాని నుంచి మీకెందుకు బాధ? దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఫోర్స్ వన్స్ అగైన్. సో దట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్. Majorities in some communities may disapprove of homosexuality, but that does not justify laws that deprive gay men and lesbians of the right to choose their sexual partners for themselves. Many opposes. Most of the people may be having attraction for opposite sex, but some may be having the other way around. So it is not justifiable saying that this is wrong. Okay, the same things which I have explained. No redistribution of income opposes any law that requires some people to help others. So redistribution, what is happening? Some people to help others. Redistributive taxes are a form of coercion. So redistributive taxes are a form of coercion. Here very important, they are not opposing tax. They are opposing redistributive tax. You can tax people to the extent required to run minimum state, not welfare state. Even theft. So it is coercion and also theft, dongatana, taxing, they say. The state has no more rights to force affluent taxpayers to support social programs for the poor than the benevolent thief has the right to steal the money from a rich person and give it to the homeless. So you might have seen in the movies, Patha movies. So what does the hero does? He loots all the rich men and afterwards distributes among the poor. Is this ethical? Is this ethical? Why, sir? Why you are saying it is ethical? He is looting the rich. He is distributing the poor.
But the result is good.
So you are a consequentialist. You are not deontologist. For you, you are not bothered about the means. Say, think that you are a rich person. Manchik chadivavu. Alni technology, all these things, you became a person like Elon Musk. So నీ దగ్గర ఉన్న డబ్బులు మొత్తం దోచి నేను పూర్కి ఇవ్వాలా? Should I be giving or not? So here he has not earned the money illegally. He has earned the money legally. Then it is a kind of like stealing the money. Have you heard of Robin Hood? The same. So Robin Hood used to loot the rich and used to give that to poor. So now it is saying that you state, you are acting as a benevolent thief. Manchi donga. Donga, manchi donga. ఏం చేస్తుంది? ఎవరు కష్టపడి డబ్బులు సంపాదించినారు వాళ్ళంతా తీసుకొనే పూర్ పీపుల్. ఫ్రీ బస్, ఫ్రీ ఫుడ్. In fact, they are revolutionary. So, like out of the context, what is your opinion about free bus for women? Is this good or bad?
It is good, sir. It is a scheme to empower women. Even women also pay tax. So I don't feel any bad of keeping free buses. So most of the women feel like they are oppressed by the families. So it is an opportunity for them and they don't need to ask money from the family members. So even family encourage them to go out and do some work when buses are free.
Very good. So what you said is 100% correct. At the same time, you have to take the other way around also. What you said in that one point you can add is, women generally do those work which are not converted into money. Say family care. Morning to evening, mother will be taking care. Will the mother get any salary like that? Father go out and he does some work and mother is also working, but that is not converted monetarily. So women majorly lack money. ఏం కావాలంటే కూడా అడగాలి. So here this will be an empowerment. And one good thing is here, now you can see the things are changing. Previously reservation or any benefits means only for SC, ST or anything. Here all women. Is it the case in Telangana also or only like SC, ST women or all women? All women. So it's a universal scheme. అందరికి ఇది ఉంటుంది కదా. So there is a concept of universality brought here. then you may also argue. So these are revenue expenditures. Capital kaadu. So here you definitely have to say both positive and negative. So దీన్ని ఎలాగ మనము మంచిగా ఇంకా హౌ బెస్ట్ వీ కెన్ మేక్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్, దీనికి అడిషన్ ఏం చేయాలి, దీనిలో మార్పు ఏం రావాలి అనేది కూడా చెప్పాలి. వెన్ ఐ సే సంథింగ్ వెదర్ ఇట్స్ గుడ్ ఆర్ బ్యాడ్, యూ షుడ్ ఆల్వేస్ స్ట్రక్ విత్ దిస్ బ్లాక్ అండ్ వైట్ కాన్సెప్ట్, ఎస్ ఆర్ నో, దెర్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ అనదర్ పాత్. So you should be saying there are some positives and negative, there are more positives and there are some negatives, these we have to rectify. So other than this, can you think of something? Complete free education for women, baguntunda? Universalized free education for women in spite of this free bus. In our society, women are thought to be liabilities, not asset. Think, for every woman or every girl child, if government gives 1 crore rupee, will girl child be accepted or rejected? One girl child means 1 crore government is giving. Then girl child will be preferred or not? Prefer chestara leda? So there may be anything, an innovative kind of things which you have to come. Once again I am telling you, when this type of questions come, you should be taking both the sides. Free bus, దానిలో నెగిటివ్ లేవా? ఉన్నాయి. చాలామంది ఎలాగంటే, సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ if they are traveling 100 kilometers, they will take for 100 kilometers, 30 kilometers అయిన తర్వాత అక్కడే దిగిపోతారు. So it will be loss. So many things, these are small things, but the program is good. Okay. So libertarians, so you may note down this, these are the important people with respect to libertarianism. With respect to consequentialism, you have got utilitarianism, Bentham. With respect to deontology, so deontology given by Kant. Then libertarianism, important proponents are Friedrich Hayek, Milton Friedman, Robert Nozick, John Locke. So Robert Nozick, redistributive justice. So here he makes a point that taxation is equal to forced labor is equal to slavery, denies that I own myself. Why taxation is said to be forced labor? You are not enjoying the fruits of your work. 30%, 1/3 means 4 months work. So here it is a modern form of slavery. That is his concept which we have discussed. Taxation claims to own the part of you. This body is mine. The work what I do is mine. But taxation, what is that doing? It is trying to own you. How? It is trying to be the owner of your labor by taking away the fruits of that. Taxation claims the part of you, means it is denying that you own yourself. Whatever part corresponds to the portion of income we must pay to support the cause beyond minimal state. Generally, like 1 to 5% of taxes will be enough to run the minimal state. Beyond that, say for example, if you are putting 30% tax, then they say that 30 minus this 5. This 25% is unjustified because that is not going for minimal state, it is going for welfare of the others, welfare state. They say that there is nothing wrong in economic inequality as such. You are rich, I am poor. You have worked hard, I have slept most of my life, so I am poor. So, is there anything wrong? Say for example a Marwadi earns more. They have almost dominated the entire India. Is it the case in Hyderabad also?
Yes, sir. Charminar.
Not everywhere. You go to Bangalore, they have come to second tier and third tier also. They have got this entrepreneurial one. So, in a small one, I won't take much. If you want like good amount of money, one is business, second is corruption, third is you should be a superstar. Otherwise, not possible. Superstar. There are many people, say for example Rajinikanth. There are thousands of producers who are willing to make movie with Rajinikanth, but he is not having time. So, he helps. A teacher. If he is a very good teacher, you will be getting very good amount. Otherwise, business. Otherwise, corruption. No other way. A small example which you might not be aware. Have you heard of Vikas bookstall?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Almost all the people in the Telugu Rastram know that one. You know, when I came, he was having a very small kirana shop. Very small kirana shop in the same place. Almost no goods were sold. Afterwards, he started a small bookstall. To his luck, he was in front of one of the biggest institutions at that point of time. You know who built this Ashok Nagar? Who built this Ashok Nagar as a hot spot for UPSC aspirants? RCD institution. It was in front of that. ఒక చిన్న ఇది ఇలాగ వెళ్ళుకొని ఆ కిరాణా షాప్ కూడా ఫస్ట్ 50-50 చేశాడు. 50 కిరాణా షాప్, 50 this one. Afterwards, he removed కిరాణా షాప్. Now he is like earning in crores. More than many of the institutions. Can we say that he is wrong?
No.
There is nothing wrong in economic inequality if you are following the law. You are rich. Does that make you that you are a sinner?
No.
So that is what their argument is. There is nothing wrong with economic inequalities as such, just by the fact that few have crores of rupees while others are penniless, they don't have an rupee, does not enable you to conclude anything about the justice or injustice or ethical things of arrangement. So here redistributive justice depends on two important requirements. One is justice in initial holding. Second thing is justice in transfer. Justice in initial holding. I want to start a business. So here one more thing I want to emphasize, I already told. Production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
So previously we used to call entrepreneurship, nowadays people are calling entrepreneurship. Changed. Previously I used to call either. Now this like English medium students, ఈదర్. సో నేను ఐదర్ అంటుంటాను, వాడు ఈదర్ అంటుంటారు, అందుకే నేనే చేంజ్ అయిపోయాను. అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద అనదర్ వన్ విచ్ ఈస్ మిస్సింగ్? This is the most important. 5 times UPSC has asked this question in mains and also like in essay also specifically. What is that? Capital undi. Capital is there. What is that? Factors of production means what? the factors required to produce goods.
Market.
What is that? Say, this board, digital board, can it be produced with all these things? Or we can take like spacecraft, rockets. Can rockets be produced with these things? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship?
Technology.
Yes. So please add this. Technology is the new factor of production. Without technology, we won't be able to do anything. We are lagging far behind in many, many respects. Aeroplanes. Is any Indian company able to produce aeroplanes? Very less. What is your answer? No. Only Boeing, Airbus, these are the people who are producing. We are just taking.
Indigo is a Indian.
Indigo is a just provider of the services. Say for example, National Towers, Orange Travels, like that Indigo. Indigo is not producing planes. Is the point clear to you? Say for example, these are just operators, not producers. You might have heard JCP.
Yes.
Are they produced in India? Japanese product. So why I said is, even some of the materials, some of the goods which we come across, they are not produced in India. We are dependent on other countries. Why? Technology. Can you name any Indian mobile company?
Nokia.
It's Finland, not that. Now the whole world, I repeat, in the whole world, you have got only Chinese mobiles, only China. Why? Because they have got technology, mass production, things like that. It is said that, say for example, this mobile is worth, think, 15,000. If you try to produce this in India, by assembling the parts, it will take more than 15,000. So there are many, many things with respect to this. So coming to the point, most important thing, this has been asked in UPSC also. Now technology is one of the major defining factor in production. Without technology, you cannot produce goods and services. Okay. So coming to the things here, justice depends on, distributive justice depends on initial holding. Initial holding means this one, capital. Where did you get the capital to start the institution, start the production? If you have got this by just means, then there is no problem. And justice in transfer, how you are transferring, is it legally, not cheating, then it is, there is no problem. The same thing, resources you use to make your money were legally yours. What is legal? Legal. What is illegal?
Waste of legal.
Opposite of legal.
Should not be accepted.
Law. If you are following law, that is
Legal.
Legal.
if you are violating law,
Illegal.
illegal. You are sleeping in the class. Is this legal or illegal?
Legal. Illegal.
It is not violating anything. Which law says that you should not sleep? I am giving the example. Say for smoking, smoking in private place. Is this illegal?
No.
Private place.
Mm.
In private place it is no.
No. Why? Why it is not illegal?
No one can affect.
It is not violating law. Is the point clear? What is legal? According to law. What is illegal?
Obeying the laws.
Violating law. So this is the main key thing. If you say anything legal means law follow cheste. Constitution is a supreme law. So if you violate constitution also, it is illegal. Is the concept clear? So they say that justice in initial holding, that is resources, if you have gathered legitimately, then there is no problem. Justice in transfer, if you made your money either through free exchange in the marketplace or from voluntary gifts bestowed upon you by others, then that is just. So here justice in transfer, money. So you are transferring money where they are according to law, and also you are getting gifts voluntarily. Say for example, you are very rich, so you come to know that sir is not having money. Sir, తీసుకోండి, you gave me some 10 lakhs. Is that illegal? Because you are voluntarily giving. I am not coercing. On the other hand, I will say, see, I have got all the things done. If you just follow what I say, you will get first rank. But I will give all those things material only if you give 10 lakh. That is coercion. So that was there in fact previously. Now it is not there. Because previously this internet, everything was not there. Teachers used to give some questions, for that they were charging lakhs of rupees. Because they have high probability that they will be getting this. And they were not aware as to what to read, what not to read. Resources were not available. I know long before that all the students had one book with them. Some 20 years back, all the students, all the learners had one book with them. What is that one book? 20-30 years book. Inevitably, if you are a student, you should have one book. What is that one book? That book was dictionary. Have you seen those red kind of book one, dictionary? All inevitably used to have that, because that is the only place where you used to get the meaning. Then the people who are teachers, seniors, they were given lot of importance. Why? Because they knew the things. If you want to know the meaning of anything, only two sources. One is books, library, or others, seniors. So seniors used to have lot of like prestige. And many of the aspirants, they had this work, seniors meeting, what one of their curriculum. So ekkadu vellavara ante senior meet cheyalaniki vellanu, because he used to give the knowledge. Ippudu ade akkarledu. Senior has come out all the way out and he is saying, come on, follow me in Instagram, there, here, I will be giving all the things free. So the things have changed. Coming back to the concept, so here distributive justice depends on two things. One is justice in initial holding. How you got the money, if it's justiciable. Then justice in transfer. Okay. If beneficiaries of past injustice, in past there has been some injustice, so what should be done for that? So for that they say that remedying the injustice for the sake of redressing past wrongs, not for the sake of bringing about greater equality. So in past, if there is any injustice also, you are doing that. Why? To bring about justice, not equality. So libertarianism, self-ownership, we own ourselves, freedom of choice. This is the main crux of this libertarianism. So we own ourselves means, what is included in that? My body and the things I own. Salary, that is mine. This body is mine. I should be allowed to do whatever I want. What is the only limitation? What should be the limitation for my liberties? What should be the basis for restriction of my liberties?
Should not
It should not come in the way of others' liberty. What should be the extent of your liberty? మీకు ఎంత ఫ్రీడమ్ ఇవ్వాలి? Maximum. What is the only limitation?
It should not affect others.
Exceed us.
So similarly, another very important one, transparency. In government, what should be the basis of transparency? Or to put it in one simple line, say for example, secrecy. Secrecy. Official Secret Act. So Official Secret Act 1921, right? What should be the criteria to maintain secrecy in government? Very important. What should be the basis for maintaining secrecy? Ministers take oath of secrecy also. But very important, note it down, second ARC has recommended that should be removed, and in that place oath of transparency should be done. So note down a very important thing as a note. Ministers take oath of secrecy. Second ARC has recommended oath of transparency. Oath of transparency in place of secrecy. Next, what is the criteria? Next question, what is the criteria? What should be the criteria for secrecy, for maintaining secrecy in government? In government. So what should be the criteria to maintain secrecy in government? Answer, welfare of people. What is the answer for this? Welfare of people. If welfare of people is upheld by maintaining something secret, then that can be kept secret. Say for example, where nuclear missiles are kept, should that be transparent or secret? Why that should be kept secret?
It's the defense of the nation.
Nation interest, people interest, welfare of people. Anything which is not leading to the welfare of the people, which is not in the interest of nation, should be transparent. So what is the criteria to keep anything secret? That's it. If it is not, then just be transparent. Okay, that is the one. So you have completed these things. Let me just go through these things. Okay, 1 minute. Self ownership. What is self ownership? We own ourselves, freedom of choice. Self means you are the owner of yourself. Who is the owner of your body?
Me.
Who is the owner of the things which you have earned just like legally? You. So that is the concept here. So here the law should not punish. According to libertarians, law should not punish adultery. So what is adultery? Having sexual relation outside marriage. So according to libertarians, why adultery should not be punished?
If it is consent,
So here self ownership. If there is consent, and if consented women and men are uniting, what is the problem? Because you own yourself. Next, prostitution. So state should not say prostitution is wrong and should not prohibit this. Why? The answer is this: self ownership. We own ourselves, freedom of choice. So what is the like freedom? In freedom, we are very, very important. When can you say that you have got freedom? When can you say that you have got
Choosing freely.
choosing freely? In general, when it comes to freedom, in general, that is Kant's. Though don't mix Kant here. Choice. This is the major thing. Note down in the box, side 1. Freedom is equal to choice. Think that I am a boy or girl. Your father or mother says that, see, you should marry that person. Do I have the choice? If they say that you should marry this person, Beam, no other choice, then do I have freedom? No. Wherever you have choice, you have freedom. If you don't have choice, you don't have freedom. Okay? Then homosexuality. Why this should not be considered legal? Why it should not be banned? Because we own ourselves and we are free to choose. Then what about selling the kidney?
It's our freedom.
Okay. So here your body is yours. So you should be given choice. And all of us have 2 kidneys, selling then 1, we can manage the thing. Then what about this? Selling both kidneys.
It's die.
Should it be allowed? So here comes the contradictions. See, I am taking the things in a logical way. First, these things are like very liberal. Okay, adultery, what is there? If consenting person, then prostitution, homosexuality is also okay. Then selling kidneys. This can be misused to a greater extent. If, say, for example, if you are giving 10 lakh for 1 kidney in the open market, definitely people will be forced. They will go to some agency areas, tribal areas, వాడికి ఎలాగో 10,000 ఇచ్చేసి ఒక కిడ్నీ తీసుకువచ్చేస్తాడు. Not only that, you go to some hospital to test something. After some time, like they do something, and afterwards you come to know that you don't have kidney. Like జరిగాయి పాత, like long before. So here you are selling kidney is okay. Can we accept the same thought when selling 2 kidneys? These are the real time examples also. Then right to suicide. Should right to suicide be given?
No.
Libertarians, yes, sir.
Libertarians, yes. Like, what is your opinion?
So no, sir.
Why?
It has Kant said, like some of the philosophers said,
That's great, madam. Like, you are in line.
suicide is equals to murder.
Murder. Because
It's
here
humanity.
It's
you are killing humanity for your own ends. So, very, very good thought that you brought this. Kant ledante, if you are not putting Kant's things, any other logic, any other reason? నాకు బతకాలి అనే ఇష్టం లేదు. I'm like wherever I go, I've been insulted. I don't have food to eat. Should I be allowed or not? Or the other one, suicide is not that easy. Chala variety dinlo anni samo, it is very difficult. What about assisted suicide? You go to the doctor. Doctor just injects 1 injection. You'll peacefully die. What is your opinion? According to libertarians, this is also possible. This is also plausible. Why? We own ourselves, we own our body, and we should be allowed to do whatever we want. Then consensual cannibalism. So what is cannibalism? So here cannibalism means a species eating or feeding on the same species. A snake eating another snake, a human eating another human is said to be cannibalism. Consensual cannibalism. So this happened. Here a person advertised This happened in Europe. Advertise saying that I'm like very fond of eating human flesh. If anyone is willing, you can come and meet me. We can negotiate. One person like me went and they had a negotiation. Everything fair. He was willing. Consent. And that person was killed and all his parts were stored in fridge. And he used to eat daily one thing. Then somehow people noticed and it was brought to court. So he put this argument. I have not gone against any individual rights. You have given the consent, you have signed on the paper. I don't want to leave, you can take and you, instead of keeping my body, disposing then somewhere, you eat that because you like that. So that was the argument. So here, these are the things, especially the last three are the things which compels you to think against the libertarian thought. Can we go with this kind of things? So these are the things which make you think and say that libertarians are not always correct. There are arguments, counter arguments, and even to a greater extent in many areas they are wrong, because the reason is they are not taking society on an equal footage. Okay. So these are the three important things around which the whole ethics revolves around. And in addition, we have got social contract theory. I'll just introduce this. This is one of the most happening thing now. Now we have got the concept of state. Before state, what was the sovereign political entity which was present? So here it evolved like this. First there was band. So what is band? It is a group of some 50 to 100 people. 50 to 100 people. What is the most important feature of band system? Egalitarianism. Egalitarianism means equal. In band, all are equal. Men, women, children, all are equal. Then from that emerged your tribe. So here there was egalitarianism, means fully equal. Now power started flowing through blood and marriage relations. Say for example a clan. Say if you take even like some of the things in caste system, some castes say that they are high. Not only that, within the caste, say for example if you take say Banjara or Lambada community. So in Banjara or Lambada community, which is said to be the top, they say Rathods, we are the top. Some will be there, Chaudhris, we are the top. Pawar, we are the top. We are Ramavat, we are Ketavat. So many, these are the things, Chauhans, they say that we are great. So ఎవరు ఎందుకు వచ్చింది అది? Because their power. So here power is equal. Here power is transmitted to two things. What are they? Power is related or it is flowing through blood. And another thing, marriage. So marriage అయిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ వచ్చేస్తారు కదా, blood అంటే your father, your mother, things like that. Blood and marriage. Then afterwards came chiefdom. Chiefdom. Chiefdom ante just remember like old movies. There will be one forest, one head person will be there. So here there used to be concentration of power. So this is the first point of a clear concentration of power. So here concentration of power in the hand of chief. So here very important thing you have to give due attention is power. So what was the first political organization? Band. Where egalitarianism. Egalitarianism ante enti? All are equal. No one is having any extra power. Then it transferred to tribe, where power was linked or transmitted through blood and marriage. Then came chiefdom, where all the powers were concentrated in the chief. After that came your state. After that came the concept of state. What is the basis for state? The basis of state is social contract. Social contract. Right? I will explain you in brief in 1 or 2 minutes, and I will wind up the session here. Say in nation state. So you have got state. What is state?
Sovereignty of
Which contains
Okay, just by had this here and now itself. State is sovereign political entity. By it. Another thing is state represent sovereign people. ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకంటే I have taken 3-4 years to make this concept clear. State is one which has got people, territory, sovereignty, government అంటే it won't get complete meaning. State represent what?
sovereignty of people.
Sovereign people living in a definite territory which have a government. So any of these things are missing, then it's not a state. What is state?
Sovereignty of people living in
Definite territory
with God.
which have government. Right? So here how did this concept of state came into being? So here what happened is people. People made a contract with some entity. So what they did is we are giving away some of our freedoms. We are giving away some of our freedoms. At the same time, we are getting certain other benefits. So here, people or the citizens, they are giving away their rights, some of their rights, in exchange of security. Say for example, there is a forest, right? In that you are alone, or you 3 fellow, like 30 people are there. Are you afraid or not in the forest that something will come or anything? Now, you are sitting in the classroom. Are you afraid that somebody will come and beat you? In Ashok Nagar, at 11 o'clock, a girl walks. Is that girl afraid that something will happen? Ashok Nagar lo. Almost around 12 o'clock, people will, okay, we'll make 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, is the girl afraid?
No, no.
Why?
surrounded by many people.
Okay, I'll give another example. Okay. You are very angry on me. Will you come and kill me or will you beat me?
No.
Why? ఎందుకు?
Because the boundary is there.
Hmm?
Limits.
Why limits? What is that?
Ethical limits.
Ethical limits. Then what else? See, I am interested in you. I am stronger than you. ఏం కావాలి నేను చేయొచ్చా మీకు? Why? I am very much angry. Generally, will I be killing other person? No. Why? That is because of social contract. So here what we have done is, state is sovereign political entity. For that we have given up our rights, some of our rights. At the same time we are getting some benefits. Why is this? So like just let me say, in a very systematic way. I'll be just briefing the things. Tomorrow we'll take up these things. So here, living in the state of nature. Living in the state of nature ante full freedom, no restriction. Will the life be very peaceful there? Living in the state of nature, society without rules. Can peace be there? So here, living in the state of nature where there are no rules, what will happen?
More crimes will happen.
More crimes. Why?
Because
Because you want to beat another person before other person beats you. You are scared. So here, living in the state of nature, life in the state of nature will be Darwinian, where stronger will survive and weaker will punish. I am a 3 feet dwarf person without one leg. Aren't the dwarf people, short people marrying? I don't have one eye. Won't I get any person to marry? I am dark person. Am I getting matches to marry or not?
Yes.
Why? Why is that? Because of social contract. Why monogamy? Why we say that one should marry another person? Say for example, you are a very strong person. What if you monopolize all the women in your society? I am a weak person. I won't be getting any opportunity. So here strong will dominate, weak will perish. Darwinism. So here state of nature where rules and laws are not existent, people would strive to be more wealthy, more powerful in what could be called dog eat dog society. People act in a wicked ways to survive, including attacking others before they are attacked. So in the state of nature, when you have got more freedom as you think, but there is lot of uncertainty. So what is the way out? What is the way out in this? In this, the way out is in fact social contract. How? So state of nature where rules are not existent, society in the state of nature would be without comforts and necessities. Say for example, there won't be leisure, there won't be security, there won't be place for commerce. Just 5 minutes, I'll wind up the things. And there won't be knowledge, there won't be art, music. You don't know who will come and attack. Will you develop music? Will you develop songs, art and culture? Which were not present in the early man because he was always afraid. What will happen? So what is the solution for this? Social contract. So in social contract, individuals have consented, individuals have agreed to surrender some of their freedoms and submit to the authority. Surrender some of the rights and surrender to the authority. Authority here is state. In exchange of protection of their remaining rights or maintaining the societal order. So this is what happening with respect to this. Now state is having all the powers. We have obligation to follow laws. Why you follow laws? Because you have agreed that I will follow these things. In return, I will be getting some other benefits. So based on this, you have got like John Rawls theory. John Rawls theory of justice, which has been asked in 2016. So this is just an introduction to social contract. We'll take up social contract in detail in our next class. So what I request is, like, as soon as the class is over or till now what we have completed, I'll be giving those PPTs. So PPTs itself I will be giving, not in PDF to begin with. So those PPTs you should be reading in presentation mode. Because say if you read as a slide, there will be lot of overlapping. When you read as a presentation, it will appear like this, like everything, state of nature, afterwards why. So it will be more appealing, right? So please read these PPTs, it will be more than sufficient. In addition, I will be giving other materials in the written form in PDF. Okay. So have a great day, enjoy your preparation. Thank you one and all.